Hey pack leaders, this is Hian with Friends Around Protecting Families, protecting pack. Today I'm going to talk about self-sabotaging yourself in a trade. Well, we have the setting that's doing really well, and I think it does well on my computer some days. I think maybe I sabotaged it and then they go, oh, it's probably my computer being too fast or who knows what, I don't know. But we did find an observation or pattern when I launched the same settings on a slower computer. It just seems to just work, and so I was like, hey, you know what, since my computer it kind of runs into issues, I might need to kind of put some delays in there so that it doesn't like go back into a relaxed setting and then blip back into a fast setting, and which needs to be a strict setting, and so it'll get you in on a slow one just really quick, and then it takes off without you, and then you're like, dude, and then you get stopped out. And so I added that fix in there, right, for my computer so that I can handle that. And then I was like, oh, wouldn't it be a great idea if I added it to my wife's computer? And then it turns out that when I put that fix, there was something I didn't think about. There's a bug in there that it then took an hour to go from either position. So even though we went from fast, it will take an hour in that to go to the next one. So even though it got relaxed, it took an hour to get there. But then when you go from slow to fast, it still takes an hour to go to the fast mode. So it was kind of delayed, when it should be quickly on the strict mode and not slow to go to the strict mode. Okay, so, and I think that got my wife stopped out, and I was like, oh man, that sucks. And it was doing fine until I put that update on there and, sabotage myself. And so I promised myself not to touch it, and I broke my promises. It's horrible. It's so hard. I don't know what the psychology is, where it's like, you can't be disciplined. It's like kind of thing. So let me kind of share the story with the trades. And so at first she was kind of like, I think she longed here a little bit. I thought she was gonna get stopped out, but she actually made it out with DCA, and she came out with profit. So this is her account right now, and right now she's up $50 on her account. I kind of pushed my money over to hers, so she's up 50 right here, right? And then what happened was that right here is where the stop out happened, because of my great idea back on the is that today? No, yeah, that was from this morning. It got stopped out. I was like, oh dude, that was my bad. And she was doing fine, chugging along, whatever, tons of greens, 2-3 pages, no problem. And I had a great idea to maybe like protect her from this one scenario. And my fix wasn't really fixed, but it was a nasty stop out. Yeah. So anyways, 30% wallet, I guess. Yeah. So anyway, so we kind of went back to it, and I put her back to our older version 3.65 where she's doing well. It doesn't need all the crazy extra bells and whistles and stuff like that. It's just slow enough to not get into a bad position. And it just chugs along. So even though it's she has $1,000 in her account, making 5% a day, $50 a day, sticking to the plan of eventually being a millionaire by 6 months, right? So if I just don't touch this, so don't look at it, don't try to update it, and if it works, just let it be. So that's a lesson learned for everyone. Like, I might push out updates too that I think is a good idea, but I actually it turned out to be a bad idea, or I messed up on the idea, and I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. And of course, I don't test them all the time. I'm just like, hey, I think this is going to be done. And I test it on a small account. And so I think I got it on my small account. So let me share that with you. So even though on her account, it kind of sucks. So this is my smaller account where I do all my live tests, And I think I had a bunch of greens, and now I just had a bunch of small ones. Oh, hold on a second. Did I just get in? Yeah, I did. All right, so I think these are a lot smaller stop outs. So these are just probably it got stopped out in profit, 38863, 3877. So it's in profit, but it wasn't enough to cover the fee. So these are, I'm not gonna worry about those. Okay, so it's just maybe I should extend it. Maybe it's gonna be a bad idea. I don't know. So just to make it on the positive side. But it's just so small that any one trade would just cover those losses. So anyways, it was doing great now. Before this morning, it wasn't doing so good. So now I made the little update to kind of, have it handle it on my machine, where it's now pulling constant greens and doing well. So I'm not going to worry so much about that tiny loss. it's still gonna be up overall. So for my faster machine, I'm trading at 1 minute, I believe. So it's just in and out. You can kind of see like every 15 hour here. I got in, wow, 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just like a trading machine. 13 hour 2 here, and then 1 each hour. So I guess it's really moving now. And then from this morning is when I woke up and I was like, oh man, this don't look so good. Made a little switch, made a little change, pushed a little update. Now it's doing better, I think. So we'll see. All right. So yeah. So there's a little bit of a whiplashy here. Got wicked, got stopped out in profit, but didn't cover the fee. So the discipline. How can we best discipline ourselves without? I mean, we think that it's a good idea, that this change is a great idea, and this kind of happens a lot in this theme here, where we think it's a great idea, which is why we have so many options now in our bot. We push an update that we think is a good idea, and then it turns out it wasn't. Like, or we need to think about this, or it costs resources to mark it in, mark it out, this and that, and maybe it keeps stopping out too much times, and it turned out to be a bad idea, So then we turn the option off so that I don't have to be on board and like, boy, I pushed up a code that sucks, and the clients can't change it or manipulate it. Then I have to scramble and push another update and with an option or something like that. And sometimes they might come back and we'll be able to use it later, or might be part of some other strategy kind of thing. So that's all I have for today. Don't sabotage yourself. Best thing is probably maybe give my access to my wife, and just don't give me access to it, so she could just keep the keys, and hopefully when we look back in 6 months, be like, wow, $1 million just sitting right there this whole time. That would be awesome. All right, well, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. This is the Leverage Trapper bot, and it is a little more fully automated. I think I'm going to remove the full automation on TradeBot Secrets, because it's kind of a, I feel like it's more of a tool than a fully automated bot. It's not as smart. So, and I think it'll get us in trouble too. So I think I want someone to constantly watch that, and I will be disabling fully auto. So people who currently have it, they can keep it until you deactivate it or cancel. Then I'm gonna remove it. I don't think it's a, because I'm not even like applying all the rules in there where it's like dollar cost average, the Fibonacci. Stop trading when you're at the high, so you can wait for it to come back down. It doesn't wait a day. It doesn't do all that stuff that I normally do when I'm watching it. So talk to you later.